capsules. I just been running through capsules. Yeah. Um, Basically, I made a video about this like a second ago, but I was thinking about it from a different perspective, right? So I think like the name I would call it would be romanticizing pain, like one's self pain and sadness, basically. And the different perspective I was thinking about is literally like bro behind me, like like Juice World. Like I remember when bro was like in his prime, and there'd be so many kids like literally like middle school. Like I was in middle school, like smoking and drinking and stuff and posting it to his music. So number one, it's already cringy and performative because you're posting you doing drugs, right? It's one thing to do with like friends and alone. Still think don't do that. I don't promote it or anything, but it's one thing to do that, and then another thing to post it. You know what I mean? Like that was always kind of like speed face for me. Before that even dropped, but I do think that's how bro like really popped off because he romanticized that like aesthetic of being in pain and hurt and needing something externally, which was substances to make him feel better. Substances, and he would always talk about like his girlfriend needing her and stuff like that. So I do think that was like a pretty big market to pop off at, and I still think it is. I don't think it's really gone away, right? So I don't think it's like just me who was ever like that, but I vividly remember like listening to songs that just talk about doing drugs, like the one I was just singing by SSG Kobe, um, and like it would just make it feel like that's just me, bro. You know what I mean? Like I would be doing substances while listening to songs talking about doing the substances, and I'd just be like, yeah, this is how it be. Like it almost like makes it like movie like, but it's harmful. But it makes it feel less harmful because it's like they're doing it too. You know what I mean? And they're popping off, so it's like, hey, that's just me. So it became like a whole like romanticizing about it. I think that's the right word. I don't know what that even means. I literally learned what it meant to be romantic like a week ago. Less than. My friend had to teach me. I don't understand all that stuff. I'm still in a learning process there, but I think that's what it would be. Like basically taking something like being in pain and turning it into like some like comforting thing, right? Like that's like romantic, like a reoccurring comfort with like that big label on it of being hurt and stuff like that. And one of the biggest parts I was talking about in the other video was that I liked being in love while that was happening. See, obviously, I don't think you can be in love if you're that hurt, you know, like maybe in some way, but not like the full picture, you know, because a lot of love comes from sacrifice and stuff, and you can't really sacrifice if you're just hurt all the time. So it's not the not the biggest picture there, but I really liked being hurt so the people around me that I was in like relationships with could like comfort me in that way. And it was basically just two options. It was either I lock in and do stuff alone and do the hard stuff, and then for long term that's healthier and I become a better person, or for the short term I just stay in pain and just keep getting attention from that, you know? So there was obviously a more addictive option there. So that's what I was like for a bit. You know, I just really liked hurting and then got like stuff from it. And man, it's really eye opening to listen back because I was listening to a playlist from like years ago where like a ton of the songs are just like that. And it like they're still like low key upbeat songs, but they're just talking about just that type of lifestyle. And yeah, looking back on it, like it definitely influenced, you know, like it made it feel more okay. It made it feel like kind of cute. You know what I mean? It made it feel like, oh, I'm like hurt and shit. But damn, yeah, that's just like a different perspective I wanted to talk about there while my chicken nuggets are cooking. Thought that would be fire. This is what I thought of when I heard the song. I was like, yo, um, this is the type of stuff I'd love to have like a conversation about because I know it's like vulnerable, but it's also something I think everyone feels. You know what I mean? I think every single person on planet Earth understands that it's easier to like be hurt and then be like get like attention and love from that, right? Like every single person like has felt like that at least in like a sense. I would assume. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm not really scared to be vulnerable about this or talking about it that much. Another way I think it kind of pops up in my life now is like no sleep. Cause that's like the one thing that like I can still control. Like last night I didn't sleep. I'm starting to really feel it. And every time I do that, the people around me are always like, "You need sleep," and they like care about me in that sense. And it's like low key addictive because it's like now I know when I don't sleep, I know it's not healthy, but then like people are gonna like care about me. Okay, that's not why I wouldn't sleep though, because I normally don't sleep because like I'm working on videos, I'm working on stuff, and I just like lock in for it, you know. Especially I need to look good for it, so I can't just go to bed and then wake up and do it. I gotta like look good. So it's not like the reason why I would stay up, but it definitely like makes it feel less. It's like the opposite effect. You know what I mean? I wish I would get like punished for it, but instead it's like I get like comforted for it. So that's another way I still it shows up, but I know that's unhealthy, and it's not like I said, it doesn't control me. But I'm just trying to be honest here. I'm trying to like point out another thing that I think it might show up, and that tends to be it. But overall, I do pretty good. I do think I am a look up toable person to the people around me. I think I influence them in good ways. I don't think I'm there just to make them feel bad about me. That is not my goal. Um, and my goal is to be as objective, close to reality as possible. You know, if I realize I'm doing something, even if it might make me feel good in the moment, I try to like understand why. And I think the people around me respect that about me. So yeah, that's good. So that's just kind of my goal here. Is just to kind of talk it out and understand it together, me and you, gang. But yeah, comment down below. If you be feeling like that, if you understand me, or if you're like something's wrong with me, that could be an option too. That might be fun to hear. Good conversations could definitely be had here. That'd be fun. Send this to someone who you think should get romantic with you in a healthy way. What? And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blakey, 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 Blakey. And then well, I forgot to say subscribe. I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. I should have done better and remembered, but I didn't. Blakey, 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 music, 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 Blakey, Blakey, everywhere. I'm gonna try to sleep, bro. Goodness.